What's up, guys? We have some breaking news here as the Chicago Bears have signed kicker Jake Moody to the practice squad. I want to go ahead and talk about everything he brings to the Chicago Bears, and then I'll take a few minutes since I'm live to take your guys' questions, get your thoughts and comments on this, and go ahead and mention that I will have my Caleb Williams all 22 out later today. But first, let's go ahead and talk about Jake Moody. The Chicago Bears have signed him to the practice squad. Look, we all know that Cairo cannot kick the ball out of the end zone, and he doesn't have a strong enough leg to consistently hit 50-plus yard field goals or kick from 55-plus. So this is an issue here. I love Cairo's accuracy. I love his personality, but he simply does not have a huge leg. The Bears have now signed Jake Moody to the practice squad. And I have to be honest here, guys. Coming out of college, I was a huge Jake Moody fan. He was one of the most clutch college kickers I've ever seen, and he has a huge leg. This is a guy who can kick 60-yard field goals. He hit a game-winning 59-yarder in Michigan, and he hit a 57-yarder with the 49ers. He has a big-time leg. In fact, he was picked in the 3rd round by the 49ers just 3 years ago. He's only played in the NFL for 2 years, but now they've cut him. In college, he was clutch. He helped Michigan win a national championship. He's Michigan's all-time points leader, and he has the school record for most games played. He's hit 60 in college. He hit 69 of 84 career field goals, 82.1%, and he never missed an extra point attempt. He was clutch, and that's why the 49ers drafted him so high. But like most clutch kickers, he's struggled a bit in the NFL. Most young kickers do this. And last year in his sophomore season, he slumped, only hitting just over 70% of his field goals, and now the Niners have grown tired of it and cut him. But he hit 84% as a rookie, and now in year 3, he's cut after just 1 game. He missed 2 field goals in week 1, and he went unclaimed on waivers. Right now, he's been brought in to push Cairo Santos, but I do believe he has a chance to take his job. His career in San Francisco will go down as a huge bust. He was 46 for 62, hitting just 74.2% of his field goals. However, he has a huge leg, and he can easily boom kickoffs out of the end zone and he can hit field goals up to 60 yards, maybe even a bit further. But can his accuracy improve? I think so. In fact, when you look around the NFL, most young kickers, even Cairo Santos, struggled mightily when they were younger, and they get better as they age in the NFL. Moody had incredible expectations placed on him in San Francisco. He was drafted by a team that had just went to the Super Bowl, and they picked him in the 3rd round. Moody just turned 26, and he still has the potential to be one of the NFL's best kickers. Right now, he's just on the practice squad. But this move signals the Bears are not happy with Cairo's performance, and they're looking to upgrade the position. Jake Moody is a guy with a ton of potential. Can he get his head right? Can he fix his accuracy issues now that the pressure of being a 3rd-round pick is off him? Right now, it's tough to tell. And honestly, the Windy City is not an easy place for kickers. So the odds are against Moody turning it around in Chicago. But I got to tell you guys, I watched this guy in college, and I'm a huge fan of Jake Moody. He's a guy with a huge leg, and he brings to the Bears what we don't have right now. That big leg, the ability to attempt those 58-yard field goals. Now, his accuracy has been a problem in the NFL, and that's why right now he's just a practice squad guy. But if he can come in, now that he's been cut, if that can light a fire under him and he can come into Bears practice and consistently start hitting kicks from 50 yards out, Cairo Santos' job might be in trouble. This is a clear message that the coaching staff is sending to Cairo. They're bringing in competition, and Jake Moody's officially on the Bears practice squad. I do want to know your guys' thoughts about this. I will take some questions. This is a big one for me. When he got cut, I wanted us to bring in Jake Moody. Do I think he's going to just walk in and take Cairo's job? No, I don't think it's that easy. Cairo is a clutch kicker, and within 40 yards, Cairo can really kick. But I do want to take a quick second before I get to your guys' questions. Let me thank the sponsor of today's video, ProfitX. Thanks for the sponsorship. Use promo code SWIFT. You can get up to $200 in profit cash to use on all your plays for the first 30 days. Terms and conditions apply. Sign up today. But Jake Moody, I want to know your guys' thoughts. This is a big one. He has a huge leg. I see a lot of Moody sucks in the chat. I've seen some questions about Jonathan Kim. Kim had a decent leg as well. Kim, I do not think is as highly touted as a kicking prospect as Jake Moody is. When I look at how they were in college, how clutch they were, how big of legs they have, I would choose Jake Moody over Jonathan Kim. I get a lot of people saying that Moody's terrible. You need to check him out at Michigan. He was clutch. He hit 59-yard game winners, and he has a huge leg. A lot of kickers in the NFL. If you look around at kickers, go look at any kicker. You pull up their stats on the NFL here. When you look at kickers, a lot of the young ones struggled. Even the best, even Cairo. When you look at how they are when they first come into the NFL, a lot of these guys struggle. And then they get their accuracy down as they get a little bit older. Anyone giving up on Jake Moody when he's just 26? Kickers, a lot of kickers don't even hit their peak until they hit, age 30? Let me go ahead and pull up Cairo Santos stats for you guys. Because this is a guy who was cut by multiple teams around the NFL. He started his career at age 23. Cairo was in Kansas City, right? He was there 3 years. Then he spent 2 years pretty much out of the NFL, not kicking. It wasn't until age 29 with the Chicago Bears that he got a consistent kicking job and started hitting kicks. At age 28, the year before, he went 4 for 9 for the Tennessee Titans, hitting just 44% of his kicks. Do you think every single fan thought that Cairo Santos sucked at that point? That was at age 28. But at age 29, he turned it around. And a lot of kickers do that. Cody Parkey did that. A lot of kickers do that. What he has is the big leg. The reason why he's not taking Jake Moody's job or Cairo Santos' job right away is because he has to prove he has that accuracy. Now, this could end up being nothing. If he doesn't prove that he's accurate in practice, he's not taking Cairo's job. It's as simple as that. Cairo is at least accurate. Cairo's a guy we can depend on. Within 48 yards, he's pretty clutch. But Cairo, really, his absolute max range would be 53 yards, and that's with the wind and him getting lucky and hitting all of it. Really, even 50 yards is deep for Cairo. You want to be within 48 yards to comfortably know that Cairo's going to go out there and kick the field goal. And when you do that, most of the time, Cairo can get it done. But in today's NFL, the difference between a 48-yarder and kicking those 60-yarders, that's 12 to 15 yards, guys. And when your offense is struggling to move the ball consistently, when you can kick a field goal from deeper out, that's huge for offenses. But you have to be able to hit those. And that's the biggest question with Jake Moody right now. Can he get better at his accuracy? That's the question. And it's up to the Bears coaches to decide. But if Cairo can't even hit 50-yarders, you have to at least look at a guy like Jake Moody. This is a guy with a huge leg, national championship pedigree, and he's a guy who can, at least on kickoffs, he would have been able to kick that out of the end zone. So let me know how you guys' thoughts on this. I haven't seen too many questions. Robbie Gold is retired, guys. No more Robbie Gold. He's gone. The 49ers organization did give up on him, Nick. That's true. But when you draft a guy high, that happens a lot. How many teams gave up on Cairo before he came to Chicago? He played for the Chiefs. He played for the Bears in 2017, and we cut him. Then he played for the Rams. Then he played for the Bucks. Then he played for the Titans. This was Cairo Santos' sixth team in the NFL before he got it going. That's how kickers are, guys. Kickers, it's one of those positions that's honestly, it's more mental than physical. They got to have their head straight to be able to kick the field goal. They got to not let the pressure get to them. There's a lot with being a kicker in the NFL. And Jake Moody has shown that when he's on, he can be one of the NFL's best. He's a guy who can bang 60-yard field goals. And there's not a lot of guys out there that can do that. Now, I will say when you look at college, when you look going forward over the next couple of years, right now in college, there are a lot of kickers who can kick further than Cairo Santos. There's guys out there hitting 58-yarders with ease. So going forward, this is definitely a position we are going to address. Will Jake Moody be the answer? I'm not saying all that, but he does have the potential. This is a guy that I'm a fan of bringing him in. At least see if you can fix his accuracy issues. If you can, you could have one of the NFL's top 5 kickers, a guy that the 49ers spent a third-round pick on, and you get him for free, a free signing to the practice squad. If you can fix this guy, it's a huge win. If not, it costs us nothing. So this is a low-risk, high-reward type of move. I'm a fan of it, guys. Hit that like button for me. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this one. A new kicker at Hallis Hall, Jake Moody. Welcome to the Chicago Bears. As always, I appreciate everyone who watches. Please hit that like button for me. Stay tuned. My Caleb Williams All 22 is out tonight. Remember to hit that like button, and until next time, bear down.